Then
Nizam. What is going on, good people? Back at it again with another football video. This time we're talking about the Super Bowl, recapping it. Then this is, I don't know if this is going to be one of the last football videos we do for the year, but of course, Super Bowl just happened. I see Justin's tears as we speak, but we'll talk about that, of course. We'll talk about the Super Bowl, and we're going to get into kind of the offseason, our expectations, where we think people will go, specifically, of course, with our teams. But if we have any other thoughts, of course, we'll throw it out there. Casey, you're giving me a weird face. What is it? What?
I don't think there's a T in video.
Video? This is the instant classic word making up podcast. What you talking about?
You can go Google that because it is Googleable.
Mm-hmm.
Is it right next to L for loss?
Oh, anyway,
this man has been smacked around by Tom Brady forever, and now he's rooting for him. What is going on in the world?
What's going on, man? What's going on? But anyway, we're gonna jump into this. What the heck does CO mean? Anyway, I was looking at the list of free agents. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Let's start with the Super Bowl. The Bucks, absolutely. What they treated them like the Seahawks did the Broncos that game. You remember? No, the Seahawks did the what was it, the Panthers?
No, the Broncos.
No, it was the Broncos and the Panthers. Yeah, Justin, let me just put it to you. By the way, DJ's here, Casey's over there, Adam is there, and Justin is over there. You know what I'm saying? You know what's going on here. Anyway, okay, Justin, I just want to welcome you to the rest of the NFL. I want to welcome you to because it's funny because Justin and I were talking about this earlier, and he was like, the offensive line was bad, our receivers weren't catching the ball. Hey, like Ravens fans, we know about that. The wide receivers just bouncing off the helmets. Excuse my frogs, by the way. We know all about that. We've been in that situation. Welcome to the NFL. Oh, the coaches not calling the proper plays for you to be successful. Oh, that's weird. Welcome to the rest of the NFL, Justin. You guys have been in utopia for the last year?
We actually been in Narnia. That's
Narnia. Yes, Narnia. No, but for real.
While the rest of us have been in Mordor.
but for real though, like this is what everybody else experiences. But regardless, it was weird, because I didn't want the Chiefs to win because of LOL toxic Chiefs fans. But at the same time, Brady's got 6 of them things. 6. Do I really want him to get 7 coming into this game? He's got 6 of them things. But I was happy for the guys who like Mike Evans, Leonard Fournette, Levante David, all those guys who just have been trying to get there because that's what you work your career for. Sometimes Antonio Brown. But
I was just kidding about him. I knew that would get.
But it was cool to see some of those guys get Super Bowls, and Casey had talked about this kind of in our previous videos. Some of those other guys,
and to kind of piggyback off that, what really was annoying me, not even with because there was a lot of fans that just weren't fans of either team, but still didn't want Tom to get the 7th ring. What was really getting annoying to me was that fact that was all they were focusing on. It's like, okay, nobody really wanted to see Tom get a 7th, Super Bowl championship. Granted, I will give you that. I don't want to see anybody. That's like not wanting to see John Cena win another championship. But there's more than just Tom on the team. You have to think of the bigger picture. There's guys that, this is their dream, and they finally get there.
This man is spewing. I gotta get this on. Continue.
But there's guys, that dream about getting to the Super Bowl and winning the Super Bowl, and just because Tom Brady's on your team, screw you, you don't get to win because he's on your. I think it's pretty legit.
Yeah.
But like it's interesting because I'm trying to like I've been thinking, and I want to hear Justin's thoughts, and I mean I'm sure he have a decent bit to say, but like I feel like maybe we found what the Chiefs' issue could be with Patrick Mahomes' $500 million contract coming up. And it could be offensive line. And maybe, and Justin, you watch the Chiefs every single week, play in and play out. Is offensive line a typical issue? Like, I know, no, don't get me wrong. I know the Bucs played defensively, they played you guys perfectly. Tyreek Hill, let me tell you something. You're not beating us this time. There ain't going to be none of this time. No, sir. There ain't going to be none of this time. And then at the same time, they backed the corners off. And, I mean, that defensive line was teeing off. But I feel like from an outside looking in perspective, I feel like the offensive line isn't even that bad. But it could be when it comes time to really paying some of these guys on the O-line.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that because – it's crazy to think about how much an offensive line can affect your team. Because, like, throughout the year, I mean, we had so much good protection, you know. But when Eric Fisher went down, people were like, oh, yeah, this is going to hurt the Chiefs. They're like, it's just the offensive line. The offensive line ain't going to be affected that much. But, like, I don't understand. We didn't change any of our anything up. We just Patrick just wanted to throw the ball down the field a whole bunch of times. And he wasn't getting any receivers open. And when I just don't understand.
Justin, I love Patrick. But that dropping back 15 yards and going like this and throwing the ball accurately, by the way, eventually is going to catch up to him. And they caught up to him in this game. We got a special guest that I just this is a sneaky guest. I didn't tell anybody about this because I literally just texted him 2 seconds ago. But I know he had some input. He had some input on the Chiefs and their Super Bowl loss. So real quick, it's not the streaker. Maybe it could have been. It could have been. Eddie Wood's about to be in here. Eddie.
Yes, sir.
I know you had some thoughts about the Chiefs. I mean, I don't know if you're going to be in here the whole time, but I wanted to kind of get your quick thoughts while you were here.
Okay, so my thoughts on the Chiefs was simply that people want to blame the O-line. They want to blame the receiving core. Some even want to blame Patrick Mahomes for this loss. But let's look at it on the other side of the ball and give Tampa Bay the credit that their defense has always deserved all year. Tom Brady's a bad man, but that front seven really won this football game for them. They had Patrick Mahomes running for his life, and he couldn't do nothing about it. Balls were still thrown to the Chiefs receivers, and they were dropped. So if you want to place blame on anything, you blame Tampa Bay's defense for coming out there playing good football. And Justin, I have to say, Chiefs Kingdom is Chief Dead now. There's no more Chiefs Kingdom because they have been exposed. The Chiefs have been exposed.
It's funny. It's funny. I heard today somebody said. Now Justin has been on record, and not during the recording, but Justin has been on record as saying that he thinks the Chiefs are definitely going back to the Super Bowl. Not necessarily next year.
They are not going back to the Super Bowl.
But listen, this is what I heard. Somebody said this. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Keyshawn Johnson. Keyshawn Johnson said Patrick Mahomes may not ever get back to a Super Bowl, which is crazy to think about. But think about it.
But think about it. It's very true because look at the play calling call Sunday night. Look at how Andy Reid thought he could throw the ball 40 times and win the game. He came out in the second half running the ball, and it was working. And then he was like, all right, time to throw the ball. And that's not how you attack an attacking 3-4 defense like they have in Tampa Bay. Well, 4-3, I mean.
Listen to this. Think about the quarterbacks who have won multiple Super Bowls.
I'm not saying Patrick Mahomes.
No. I'm saying there's not many.
Yeah, there's not many.
There are some great quarterbacks that never even went to a second Super Bowl.
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers is one that comes.
Aaron Rodgers is one.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I think of another.
Stafford ain't never been the one. He's got great numbers. Goff has been the one. I don't know if we call him great, but you know,
he's decent. Goff is decent for what people think he is. It could be a lot, but Patrick Mahomes though. Pat might not ever get back to another Super Bowl if they don't start changing that play calling. He cannot go out there and just create magic every game. Because receivers can drop balls. Receivers could drop balls. The pass rush could be elite like it was last night. You can't blame 3 offensive linemen being out because your backups only let them get touched 7 times the whole game. 7 times for 3 backup linemen is a great game. If I'm an offensive coordinator and I'm looking at it, that's a great game. It's not my O-line's fault. It's my play calling.
That's true.
Play calling. And if you really want to think about it, Tyreek Hill is not an elite receiver. He is not an elite receiver. He's not. Because if Tyreek is so elite, he would have busted open at least one time. I'm sorry, Justin. I know it hurts, but I know it hurts you.
Hold on. I got to zoom in on that.
Tyreek is not an elite receiver.
Yeah, zoom in on that. That was a little shock right there from Adam right there.
He went to the Pro Bowl his first time off of special teams.
All right.
Patrick Mahomes made him good.
Listen to this. Aaron Rodgers, been to what, 1?
Been to 1.
Drew Brees, he's great. Been to 1, Hall of Famer, bona fide Hall of Famer. Phillip Rivers, on the cusp of being a Hall of Famer, pretty good quarterback. Ain't got a chance to sniff it yet. Matt Ryan, probably a Hall of Famer, got to 1. Deshaun Watson,
but
on the come up, right? It's hard.
Mm-hmm. It is hard.
We talked about it before.
No, Justin.
Look, we talked about it before. What Brady has done is absolutely ridiculous.
Greatness. It's greatness.
Absolutely, exactly. Greatness. Absolutely
That's
ridiculous.
Greatness walking. And he's 43. He's old enough to be y'all's granddads out there on the football field. That's an old man out there showing y'all it don't take no foot skills or nothing like that. It's all IQ. He beat him with his brain. He has not fell off a cliff, and he's never going to fall off the cliff because he's the standard. When you're the standard, there's no cliff for you. Honestly, Brady might could play till 50. As long as he don't get touched and Brady don't take no big hits. He's not going to take no hit. He's smarter than that.
Yeah.
He's smarter than that. And Justin, if the Chiefs don't buy a defense, y'all will never get to another Super Bowl. They will
just
never.
Talking about that.
They ran the ball down y'all's throat. Y'all could not stop it. And it was just outside runs and inside. That's all they were doing. Either or.
I agree.
And they could not stop it. But Patrick Mahomes took all that money for what? They prematurely gave him all that money. Now y'all going to be stuck on a lot of dead money. Can't pay no defense with your quarterback making a third of your salary cap every year. So
and that's what we was talking about. So it's going to be tough.
So you're asking Mahomes to put up 40 points every game for the next 10 years.
Oh, he's definitely not going to do that. No, definitely not.
No, he's not. He's not going to do that next year.
Well, and he's
going to have his worst year next year.
Think about it. They're losing these, and I think we talked about it last week, if I'm not mistaken. They're losing key contributors in the offseason. Like a Sammy Watkins is one of them that I can think of right off the top of my head.
Yeah, Hardman, I think, might go get his money.
Yeah, so they're losing key contributors that, like, they may not seem like they're like these huge names, these splash names, but like we talk about it is in every single sport. You always need your role players.
And does Travis Kelce really deserve all that money that he took a couple of years ago? Travis Kelce took a lot of money too.
Tyreek, and Mahomes got a lot of money going to that bank.
You got a fourth of your salary cap on 3 players, and y'all are banking on them to have a great game every game, and that's not going to happen. This is football. If you have a Devin White and a Davis, Levante Davis, I believe that's his name. If you have them type of linebackers out there playing against them too, you can shut them down, and they proved it. Because Bruce Arians is not a better coach than my man Andy Reid. He is not. He's definitely not. But his players are definitely better than his, and it was proven. The Chiefs are it's just like the Showtime Lakers. They're just nice and fancy, and everybody loves to watch them. But until they get smacked in the mouth, they back down. But it's going to be all right. I think Mahomes is going to come back. He's going to be just like Mahomes is, but their team ain't going to be like they are. He's going to have great numbers, but he's going to take a lot of L's. Because
and especially with next year, like if we go like 10-6 or something next year, that completely changes the whole.
Y'all ain't winning 10 games next year.
You're
No, you're not winning 10 games next year unless y'all get an elite receiver. Y'all will have to go get Allen Robinson, a Kenny Golladay. Y'all got to get a number one receiver because, like I said before, Tyreek Hill is not the number one receiver that everybody thinks he is. He is a glorified slot receiver. Glorified slot receiver playing the outside sometimes. That's all he is. And it was proven the fastest man on the field couldn't get open. By far, the fastest man on the field could not get open. Tampa Bay sagged off of them all game. I never seen one corner come in 10 yards of them. They sagged off him because they knew that front seven was going to get to Mahomes, and he did.
So you think they set the blueprint to how to?
The Raiders set the blueprint. No. The Raiders set the blueprint on how to beat the Chiefs. And Tampa Bay looked back at that game and was like, all right, we're going to just sag off and let our front seven go be elite.
Twice, by the way.
That's what I'm saying. They just because the first time they played Mahomes played Tampa Bay, the first half he had 356 and 2 touchdowns. That's in the first half. He didn't have nowhere near that the whole game. He didn't even have a touchdown. Their kicker scored all their points for the best offense in history.
It's ironic. It's ironic.
Yes, it is.
Casey, I'll let you get to your point, but I got something on my mind. It's ironic because Lamar Jackson had a similar stat line against the Titans, but he got completely blamed and completely destroyed for that game.
Because Mahomes is great. Mahomes is great, and Mahomes is the best flavor out right now. That's why they're not going to accuse him of this is his fault. No, they'd be like everybody else did step up. It's also on Mahomes too. Mahomes could have done a lot better things because he could have told Andy Reid, "Let's run the football some. Let's run the football." Like Tom told Bruce. You clearly heard Tom told Bruce, "We're not running that. We're not doing that."
Mm-hmm. Oh, Tom also said to Tyrann Mathieu, "I'm attacking you all game. I'm attacking you all." Go ahead, Casey. I'm attacking you all game.
And he did.
I was just going to say, that's that Raiderade getting revenge. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. That's that Raiderade.
The Raider, look.
Came back to bite you, didn't it?
The Raiderade a little suspect. I'm not going to lie. I saw them against the Dolphins. They're a little suspect. Anyway.
John Gruden set the blueprint on how to beat the Chiefs. That's all I got.
All right, Eddie.
Bruce Arians followed it.
If you want to stick around, feel free. If you don't, then, you know.
Yeah. I stick around.
Okay. All right. Anybody got any response to what Eddie just said? Anybody got any response to what Eddie just said? Because we can. Anybody? Adam, I haven't heard from you about Super Bowl. If you want to talk,
I believe that was the ultimate mic drop. I'm just Marshawn lynching it now, and I'm just here so I don't get fined. I have nothing else to say.
All right, Justin, you have anything else to say before we jump into the offseason?
Real quick, he did bring up a good point with the money that they gave Mahomes. It's going to be very difficult for them to spend money next year with the salary cap going down.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to find, I don't want to say a diamond in the rough, but you got to find somebody that is pretty cheap and that is on the rise, or find somebody in the draft.
Yeah. Justin, anything?
Well, let's let Casey talk and give his thoughts.
Casey, you got anything to say? I think Casey didn't say it. All he wanted to say was, "Go Raider Ray, go."
Yeah, let's go Raiders.
and Tampa Tom came
in there, and Tampa Tom he took over. Tampa Tom did. I was just gonna add that, like, with the whole salary cap thing and paying him that much, that contract, even if you get to a point where he's not putting up the numbers that you wanted him to, and you think, oh well, maybe we need to move on. You're not going to be able to trade him because no one's going to want to take that. No one's going to want to pay him what you're paying him. So you screwed yourself right there. So if he's a flop and he doesn't get you back to another Super Bowl,
you just paid a man $500 million just to play quarterback.
Exactly.
And the AFC West is going to be dangerous next year, especially if
especially with the Chargers. If Denver can get a quarterback
I think they're
Drew Lock's
kind
their
of a
quarterback.
ready-made
Don't do
team.
Drew like that. Drew is good. Drew is good. Drew's got swag with him. He just needs an O-line. Drew's got some swag in him. That's what I believe. But you can finish. My fault.
Okay. I mean, finally somebody's sticking up for Drew. Anyway.
Yeah. Drew Lock got some swag with him.
We want to jump into this free agency.
Actually, I want to give a few more thoughts on the game. So
take a look at this list while we sitting here.
So, like I said, our offensive line, it's crazy how much like the offensive line can affect your team. And like we moved around so many spots. Most important
position in football.
Yeah, most important.
We moved around so many spots, and like it feels like they didn't know who to block. Because like I think we moved our center over, we moved our right guard over. Like we just moved everybody over, and like it felt like during the whole game they didn't know who to block. And throughout the season, we would like fill in our tight ends to even block. You know, Travis Kelce, he would do some blocking, or our running backs to block. But we didn't do that during the game.
Yes, y'all did. You didn't watch that game?
Barely.
You wasn't watch. No. They were triple teaming JPP at one point, and he was still getting to him. You couldn't stop him. He's elite. They were elite. They were on them. They had a game plan. They filled it, Justin. I know it hurts, dude, because you said, "Oh, they're gonna walk in this and win it. Oh, they're gonna do it easily." No,
I didn't say they were going to do it easily.
Regular season does not matter.
I didn't say they were going to do it easily.
Justin, you said they ain't even playing. You said when they played. Who did they play before the Bills? You said, "Oh, it's going to be a cakewalk. It's going to be a cakewalk Super Bowl."
I didn't say that.
Yeah, they barely beat the Browns.
Oh, remember there was nobody. No. Remember there was nobody in the AFC. There was nobody in the AFC that could compete with the Chiefs.
I believe that you did say that.
He did say that. It's on record. It's on record.
I did say that.
That's right.
But the Browns gave us a good fight over there. They
should have beat y'all, low key.
But
anyway,
they could have.
They should have beat y'all.
Yeah,
they should have beat y'all. No, they should have beat y'all.
If they ain't pulled the Reggie Miller. Anyway, sorry, Adam. My bad.
No, Dan Sorensen. That's all I'll say. And Chad fucking Henry. 3rd and 14.
Right.
Oh man. No, but back to what I was saying. Also, that Tampa Bay defense, like they stayed in that defense the whole game. Like they were basically begging us to run the ball, and you know all Patrick Mahomes wanted to do was just throw the ball. That's all I want to do. Like, no,
Andy Reid.
Andy Reid, yeah, he was like, no, we're just gonna do it how we, play every game. We're gonna have Patrick Mahomes so down the field. Like, I don't know. I just don't understand
magic.
That.
We gonna win it with that Mahomes magic.
Mahomes magic.
I mean, it was funny. There was some times in that game where Mahomes looked a lot like Lamar running for his life like that. I'm telling you, he was making some plays too.
But
did you see the stat? Did you see the stat that came out Monday about the total amount of yards that
I saw that
Patrick ran before he actually threw a pass? Dear God.
Man, it was like on the treadmill. He was on the treadmill. He was getting his cardio in. That's all that was.
Yeah, I just got done watching The Matrix, and I figured I'd try these plays where I would dive to the side and sidearm, and it didn't work out. So I'm going to go for another State Farm commercial.
There was one play where he was. I thought he was going to get a touchdown there when he kind of he went diving out like he was about to get.
That was sick.
I thought we were going to get it, but no, it bounced off.
That was sick. Yes, that was a sick
play.
But
it bounced off Tyreek Hill's face mask. Man, but I tell you, man, like we should have ran the ball. Get him out of that defense, and then we could start changing up some things. But no, we didn't do that.
But here's the thing, Justin. They wanted you to run the ball because you can't run the ball against them. You got Ndamukong Suh in the middle. You really thought that he was going to run the ball up the middle like that all the time? He might have popped 2 or 3 good runs because that's what running backs do. Running backs going to find the hole eventually. But that front 7 for Tampa Bay is elite.
Oh, man. Yeah, I do agree. Yeah, that front 7 is definitely elite.
They're elite, dude. Oh, they're elite now. Wow. They're elite after they beat your boys. 2 weeks ago, you would have never said that.
But no, I'm not too mad about the loss. So actually, I'll be more.
You should be.
Actually, I'll be.
Oh, wait a minute. He said he glad they didn't win because the shirts were ugly.
Yeah, the shirts are ugly this year. Not gonna lie.
They
Not gonna lie.
said Super Bowl champs on it. Regardless, that's a beautiful shirt.
That it's ugly. They are ugly this year.
I'll take an ugly Super Bowl shirt.
Oh wow!
I'll take one.
Yes, sir. I'll take an ugly Super Bowl shirt over none. I'll take especially if you score more than 9 points.
See, that's what I'm kind of upset about. Them only get 9 points.
They only scored 9 points. Got the best offense in the league.
See, I would have. That's what I'm upset about. Them only scoring 9 points. If we would have lost in the close game, I'd go like, okay, yeah, that would have been a lot better.
But your receivers dropped 3 touchdowns. Your receivers literally dropped 3 touchdowns.
I mean, there was one where McCole Hartman, he should have had a touchdown, but he didn't look over like.
Dang, that's a shame. I'm telling you, that's a shame. It's a shame when your receivers let you down.
Yeah, how your receivers let you down, man? Come on now.
Yeah.
They were in their face the whole time because they don't have no elite receivers. It'd have been different if they had elite receivers. And we talk about DeAndre Hopkins and Mike Evans on the other side. It'd have been different for the Chiefs. We would have been like, okay, it was Mahomes. But it's definitely y'all skills positions are terrible. Y'all are terrible.
I feel like that we didn't have like the swagger that we had last year. Like when we were down 10 against the 49ers last year.
They looked defeated. They looked defeated.
Yeah, they did look defeated. Yeah, we looked
Tommy Gun
demoralized.
Tom. Tommy
We looked
Gun was
demoralized.
Yeah, they really like even some of the looks with Patrick Mahomes. He didn't look right after a while. After a while, it was like, is he gonna get up? Like he didn't
want to get back up.
But then again, that's a guy who's not used to getting hit like that. So it's like
the only thing that was missing was Rocky's trainer in Rocky 4. Throw in the damn towel.
Yeah, definitely. Throw that towel in.
There's this.
Call the dogs 100's over with. That's what it was.
There was this one hit where I don't remember who it was, but 3 of the Bucks, like they freaking. I thought Patrick Mahomes was gonna get his neck snapped. Like,
no, they
Jesus!
Hurt Mahomes.
They
Mahomes.
They hit that little. They hit the. What did what's the team we like? I can't remember it right off the top of my head, but anyway, the little high low. I can't remember.
Yeah, they tried to kill him.
I can't remember. The Ascension, Ascension. I don't know why I couldn't remember it. I'm like,
the fall of man.
Yes, they hit the fall of man, and and how fitting of a name. But anyway, we good to jump into this free agency talk here?
Yeah, we good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm good.
My question, real quick, is the streaker a free agent? Because he got some moves.
Yeah,
he didn't get too many yards, but he got some moves.
Right,
he almost got to the end zone though.
That's what I'm saying. Like the security, he was better than the Chiefs.
He got separation. He had more separation than the Chiefs receivers. You can definitely say that. You definitely can say that. He had way more separation than the Chiefs receivers. God.
Oh man. Let me just go ahead and do this here.
The thing is, you have to get a touchdown by getting into the end zone because when you get in the end zone, it's 6 points.
He should declare for the draft this year. He should go out and get his own pro day and all that.
His pro day would be amazing.
Yes, in a bikini. He was doing that in a bikini. Imagine him doing pads.
A thong on top of that.
Sir,
that man had to be uncomfortable.
Sir, we'll say you have the fastest 40. Just please put on your pants.
All right. Let's jump into this offseason here. I guess let's start with the Ravens. Y'all see what I pulled up real quick. Wide receiver. Look, Hollywood, I love you. Nobody. I know we're not, but this is wishful thinking. This wishful thinking.
Okay.
Now I have heard, and I don't know how I feel about this, but I have heard Adrian Jeremiah Green is a thought in our free agent market because he may not be as expensive.
That's a waste of time.
But this is what my thoughts are on the wide receiver room for the Ravens. If they get somebody, it's going to be through the draft, and I honestly don't expect them to get anybody because they drafted multiple guys last year and didn't use them. I said it before. I think the Ravens wasted a whole year of wide receiver talent by not learning about the wide receiver talent that they have. And that's an issue to me. Now, do I want them to take another year and learn about it? Heck no. Just go ahead and go get a number one that you need. The issue is the Ravens are a little cheap when it comes to spending money on the offense. On defense, boy,
they'll back the truck up to
them. Come on, let's throw somebody at them. Come on. But on offense, thank you for that sound effect. Thank you. But it's like, I don't know. I would love to get Allen Robinson. They're not paying that money for Allen. They're just not. They're not gonna. Sammy could be an okay option, but I would rather not. I would rather not get Sammy.
Sammy's too injury prone.
Yeah, injury prone. He's not consistent.
What?
Yeah, I would go after Allen Robinson personally.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you can get him, Juju is gonna push the market.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's gonna be a large number for free agent wide receivers.
Yeah. I would love to have Juju because he's really, really young. But he wants to be in a big market, and I don't think Baltimore fits that.
Gotta buy him a Corvette though.
Yeah, Corvette.
I wouldn't be mad about that. AB could be a possibility. I wouldn't be mad about AB either. But if they wouldn't sign him last year, I don't know why they signed him this year, except for the whole family connection with Hollywood. That's the only reason I feel like they would sign him. But I don't think they want to spend the money. Honestly, I would rather them go out there and challenge, like we said in the past, and I've said in the past, challenge Lamar, make him scheme up some different things, and let's see what James Prochet, who has great hands, let's see what he can do. Devin Duvernay, who showed some flash, let's see what he can do. Put Hollywood where he needs to be in the slot. Dude gets open in the slot. I've watched him multiple times. Dude gets open in the slot. He's so fast. They respect Hollywood. And like you said, Adam, Boykin. Challenge Boykin too. I don't know what it is about throwing the high point ball to anybody, but let's see if they can catch him. I sat there and watched Dez Bryant go catch the footballs in practice. Give them a chance. That's all I want. Give them a chance. Now, another thing, free agent wise, that I think they may go after is right tackle. Oh, Orlando, don't do me like this.
Yeah,
man.
I just heard that today. I don't know what all that's about.
Yeah.
He tweeted out that he's a left tackle. It has something to do with his dad told him, "You're not the best tackle on the team. You're not the best tackle on the team if you're a right tackle." So, and watch him go to Miami where he's the friggin'
said that, I think. His dad, his uncle said that, I believe.
But so he wants to play right tackle. I honestly think they'll probably trade him and draft a right tackle more than they will, end up, kind of going after a right tackle in free agency. I don't see anybody in free agency that fills that void for them. So I think they're gonna draft the right tackle. I could see them maybe going after somebody, but I don't know who they. Nobody on this list speaks out to me.
When does anybody that they could go get?
Newhouse, they could go get Newhouse.
Yeah, that's true.
They could go pay Newhouse because he ain't gonna take all your money out the cap. He'll take a solid amount of money for a playoff team, which the Ravens are. He'll take money for it. And
I don't see them paying Fluker either. No. I wish they would put Fluker at guard, to be honest, because he's a mauler. He's huge and he's powerful, but I think him at tackle just doesn't work anymore because he's just getting older. Mm-hmm. But I could see them go and get a tight end. Now I don't think this is free agency. I don't think this is in the free agent market, but they've been talking about Zach Ertz because they wanted to get Zach Ertz earlier last year. That would be a trade more than anything. Gronk ain't gonna play nowhere but Tampa with Tom. And other than that, that's the only ones I see them going after. I could see them revisiting Ertz, possibly. I could see them maybe trading Orlando Brown to a team where they could get a receiver out of them, but I don't know if they will. But other than that, ideally, I would love for them to get a number one receiver. In the Ravens fan base, we talked about, give us as fans, give the organization no doubt that you want to extend Lamar. Because right now, it feels like Lamar's already got a big contract because they won't surround him with anything. We talked about that, that was the issue with Joe. They paid him all the money, then they couldn't surround him with anybody. But Lamar is on a rookie deal and you won't surround him with anybody. So was that the problem, or is that the mindset of the organization? But anyway, I'm done. We may move on. Let's hop down to Casey about the Colts. Any thoughts on free agency with the Colts? Of course, they like we said before, lost out on the Matt Stafford thing. I don't think Deshaun Watson is a good viable option because I don't see the Texans trading him to you guys in particular. I mean, what else you thinking? Carson Wentz maybe could be a trade option.
No, hell no. That's too much money.
See, yeah, that's the thing.
That's way too much money.
I don't want to spend too much on somebody that
sees ghosts
to be
like, pay Dak.
Dak
you can finally pay Dak.
Dak ain't leaving the Cowboys.
We can go
back to Brinks truck up to him. They about to back the Brinks truck up to him.
We got playoff beard Fitzpatrick.
Man, I don't.
Cam. Oh, Cam.
I don't know if I trust Cam though.
Why not? The Patriots suck. Let's not blame Cam for the Patriots undoing. The Patriots suck. That's not
right.
Cam's fault at all.
That is true.
When Bill Belichick wasn't blaming Cam, we can't blame Cam because Bill does not bite his tongue for nobody.
You're right. That is true.
So it's not Cam's fault.
Again, I don't want to spend too much on somebody that I feel like I
can't win you games.
Yeah. But then I don't want to get a veteran and have them for too long when we really want to build up a younger quarterback, because I feel like that's what we need is to build up a younger quarterback.
I think that quarterback I honestly think that quarterback from San Diego State, Casey, might fall to y'all. What's his name? Trey Lance. If Trey Lance falls to y'all whenever y'all could draft, I think y'all gonna snatch him. I believe that's his name.
Yeah.
If he could fall to y'all gonna snatch him up because y'all gave up on Jacoby. Y'all act like y'all don't even have Jacoby Brissett that could do it. He could play, but y'all gave up on him by having all them kids, Rivers.
Who was that, Jacoby?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it was the bolo ties for me.
Yes.
I mean, you got to have the bolo tie.
Yeah, bolo tie Jacoby.
Man, we take that Flacco guy.
Yeah, no.
I don't see y'all doing it.
No.
You could take that
y'all
Jameis guy.
Y'all could go get Jameis.
Yeah.
He might give you 30 picks.
30,
but
he's gonna give you 30 touchdowns at 500 yards. And y'all got an elite defense. That's winning games for y'all. Better than what y'all had.
What also, I mean, Frank Reich, he's gonna utilize Jameis's arm strength, but he's not gonna have everybody just run go routes like Arians did with him. He's got two stud running backs. You can cut the field down a little bit, then take your shots.
Yeah.
I do like Indy's tight end, and Hines and Taylor are deadly in the back.
Yes.
Now, here's my question. Why not go after Carson Wentz and restructure his deal?
You can't. He's not going to do that. Why would you restructure your $100 million contract deal? Come on, DJ. Be real. I'm not restructuring. I mean,
people restructure all the time. Listen. Or add more incentives.
You're not going to restructure the money you don't deserve. You feel me? He don't deserve that money. So why would you get less? No.
I don't think Carson Wentz is done, though. I definitely don't think Carson Wentz is done.
No, he's going to be a psychic after he retires because he's been seeing ghosts for the last 3 years. And he might work for Ghostbusters now because the man is not seeing the field anymore. He sees ghosts.
I don't know. The dude had one bad season, and that was last year.
And he had one bad season. He had one pedestrian season the year before, and it was decent. He was decent the year before this year.
DJ, did you not watch this year?
No, that's what I'm saying. No, I said this year is the bad season. This is one bad season.
I thought you not see the last 7 games of the year before that, though. The ghost started to come the last 7 games.
Yeah. He's not been the same since he effed up his back and towards ACL.
And when the locker room said they wanted Nick Foles back, that's when he started seeing ghosts.
Yep.
Parsons
To
is done.
Well, if you try to replace me with a bum like Nick Foles, I might mentally
Nick
check
Foles
out
got him
too.
over the Super Bowl.
But Nick Foles does nothing without an Eagles uniform.
Yeah.
Ask
Nick
Jacksonville
Foles
and
folded
whoever
up
the
like
heck
an
he went to, the
accordion.
Rams.
No, the Bears.
No, he went to the Rams before that.
Oh,
He
well,
didn't
the
do
Rams.
nothing.
The
And then
Rams
the
were
Bears
trash
ain't-
then. That was the only thing they had was a Tyreek Hill and a Tavon Austin, and they did not know how to utilize Tavon Austin.
He went to the Bears and
Cam Newton to the Bears. That's where Cam.
No, Cam
That's
ain't
where
going
they
to the
should have went the
Bears.
first time.
No.
Cam Newton to the Raiders.
Because they could have got Cam dirt cheap, and they wanted all that money from Foles from Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm. And now they're
Terrible.
just sitting on dead money, and then they don't want to play Mitch.
my thoughts on that is
Oh, the Colts
if you
get
gonna
Mitch Trubisky.
if you gonna sign Nick Foles, you for darn sure better play him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Especially
why?
$70 million.
Man, that's like, come on now, like, don't get me wrong. Sometimes it does work out in your favor. Matt Flynn to Russell Wilson, but other than that,
Ooh,
Oh, that's shots.
remember that?
Those are
yes,
shots.
I do. Because of one game.
One game he got paid.
But Justin, how you feeling about the Chiefs in the offseason? I know the season just ended.
Well, I feel like what Eddie said, we need to work on our defense. Our defense is the big issue here.
But y'all don't even want to draft nobody in the draft that's
Well, I feel like
the ball.
Y'all could bring in Matt Judon because I don't see us keeping him.
there's this one player out of I think it's Wake Forest.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I know who
what's
you're
his-
talking about.
what's his name? Something starts with a C. Carlos something.
Something like that, but he's good. If he could fall to y'all better draft
Is
him.
Bud they gonna pay Bud the money or no? 'Cause
No.
they already paid TJ, right?
No, they're
paid
not gonna pay
right?
Bud.
Did they pay TJ?
No, not yet. I think
No,
he's
they're
still-
going to, though.
How the heck is he not defensive player of the year? Sorry,
Yeah.
off topic, but come on now.
But I don't know really who would pick up on defense though. Like I don't
Y'all
really
better
know
give
who would
Von
get.
Miller y'all better back the truck up to Vaughn.
But with like I said, with all of our money we gave to Patrick Mahomes, like I said, I definitely agree. Like we pay him way too much because oh man, I don't know.
Oh, don't
Now,
say that
defensively-
because a couple of months that was a great deal. That was a great
Now-
deal for y'all.
Now defensively, for a Ravens fan here, JJ Watt, JJ Watt's a weird one, man.
No.
Because I see it happening. I'm not saying it's like the greatest move ever, but I'm saying like if they want to be like budget friendly and all that, like I can see them doing that.
I can see JJ going to the Chiefs.
That would be bad. I would like to
JJ
see
going
that.
to the Chiefs. I see them type of players going to a team where they could guarantee they at least touch a Super Bowl
Mm-hmm.
in the next 3 years. And the Chiefs is the only team right now for the veterans that they could go on and jump on and get to the Super Bowl, like Vaughn and JJ and Judon and players like that that's not going to be there no more. Because that's all Mahomes need is a couple of veterans on the defensive side to get them straight.
Pat Pete's
No reason
another
you
one.
should be arguing with Tommy Gunn.
Pat Pete's another one. Who probably won't go back to the Cardinals. It don't look like.
He comes
That'd
to
be
my
an interesting
Giants.
That'd be
We
an
get that
interesting one.
heat.
I bet you love that.
Yeah, I would love that. We got
Interesting.
Kareem Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
Leonard Floyd.
I've heard Sherman going to the Colts. I've heard about that.
I saw it Browns. I saw him going to the Browns.
Oh, was it the Browns? Was it the Browns
Yeah,
or the
I seen
Colts?
him
It was
to
a
the
brag.
Browns.
He wants to reunite
Browns.
with Joe Woods.
That's right.
Yeah.
You said that last week. That's right.
Did you hear about rumors about Russell Wilson wanting to leave?
Nah, shit.
Yeah.
He ain't
No,
going
he don't.
nowhere.
He don't want to leave.
You don't
Yeah,
think so? You don't think so?
No, they paid him too much money, and Sierra.
They
loves
love him. Seattle loves him for real. Like, and they should.
love him.
But
He
he
don't pay for anything in Seattle.
yeah, that man's like.
But they need to get some people to protect Wilson. I tell you that. Like he has no protection.
Yeah, but he makes it look easy. He's a magician.
I mean,
you're a
imagine.
magician,
Well,
you really
shoot,
don't
but
need
imagine if he
line.
had an O line.
Yeah, at the same time, to whatever. I mean, he's never had the best offensive line, but he also holds on to the ball way too long. He takes
Yes,
a
he
lot
does.
of
Yes, he thinks way too much when he's outside the pocket.
Kerrigan could be a good. I see Kerrigan as a good option for a team that needs a veteran leader.
Because the Ravens ain't gonna pay Yannick.
They got to pay somebody.
They ain't gonna pay Yannick.
I think they're gonna pay either Judon or Yannick. I don't know which one.
You're gonna have if you're gonna, between those two, you pay Judon.
Yeah, you pay Judon and let Yannick walk because Yannick has got an attitude problem, and he didn't produce for y'all.
No, he did nothing. He got a lot of pressure, but
yeah, a lot of pressure don't really mean nothing if you ain't making plays.
It wasn't like the good pressure. It was the bad
That's what
pressure.
I'm saying.
But
I'm just scared for the Browns to sneak up and get all these big names and actually help that defense a little bit more. But the Browns defense is hurting a lot.
Hey, so. I'll tell you this. Last time the Browns got some big names, there's Adam over there patting his hands. Now, Adam, what are your thoughts on the Browns free agency? Because I mean,
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say if the Browns start signing a lot of big names at them, you might want to just be like, okay, it ain't gonna be this year. It'd be the year after, because that's usually how it works for Cleveland, right?
Well, hey, we got a 2-year window, a good solid 2-year window. Like if we don't
let it turn into the Sixers 7, 10, 14-year plan.
But we don't have Federico on the sideline anymore, so that definitely helps. If they were to find that diamond in the rough on defense, I mean, like again, they have depth issues everywhere, and especially like the linebacker position. There's good pieces, but I don't think it's a situation where you can expect that. Okay, they're just going to flip the switch and be a Pro Bowler this year. I like Taki. I like Justin Phillips. I love Mac Wilson. They're fast. They cannot wrap up to save their ass, and that pains me to say because I do like those guys a lot. I mean, if they could get like a Richard Sherman, or they could even get a friendly deal for J.J. Watt. Front load it with guys with money up front, like they did with like Jack Conklin and all that stuff. He ain't gonna cost you $17 million, like what the quote unquote market is gonna call for. But they're gonna getting Grant Delpit back, which that helps a lot. Like I would like to see them maybe go after the corner position, because you can't count on Greedy at this point because he didn't take a snap all of last year, and I think his career is actually in jeopardy. We'll see how that goes, but
no, don't do that.
I mean, I would take Richard Sherman, veteran presence that could be a leader in the backfield, and that would at least give some help to the front seven if they don't get home. Same time, if you maintain any of the signings that you had this past season, you need to get somebody up front opposite Miles. Miles can't be the one-man wrecking crew every game. We love to see it, and Olivier Vernon was becoming that, but him getting hurt kind of put a damper on things. And he's already in his early 30s or late 20s, and he's injury prone. So I don't think he's going to come back, which hurts me just because he was playing so well with Miles out.
What do you think of Odell? What's Odell going to do?
Odell, you can run it back for one more year because he's got 1 year left on his contract.
You can.
To me, it would make no sense to let him go at this time, unless you were going to get more assets for him, not just a player for player switch. You're not going to get a first round pick out of him, or I don't even think maybe even a second round pick. If they were to get somebody like a Galladay, I even saw something today that they could trade their 4th round pick for Brandon Cooks, which I think wouldn't be a bad pick up, because they need like an absolute burner. I mean, which that is Odell. But I think they need somebody that can complement Odell in that sense. Rashard, I think, might be in trouble in terms of them bringing him back. I think he's earned a couple more $1 million to his contract. Only brought him back for 1 year on a team-friendly deal. It kind of a prove-it deal. But I would hate to get rid of him just because he's the one receiver on our team that has that absolute perfect connection with Baker. It's been that way since 2018. I don't know what the hell happened last year, but that's besides the point. But I do think overall they're going to focus solely on the defense this year, much like they focused on the offense last year. So for me, it's trying to find some depth at corner, get another good free safety, and get somebody opposite Miles, or maybe even somebody that could be that big stud in the middle. Whether that could be I don't necessarily want them to do that, but I know a lot of guys in the Cleveland media and a lot of Cleveland fans, not all of them, but a lot of Cleveland fans are really wanting to push to get Clowney again. But my thing is, hey, he didn't want to. We were giving him the best deal possible this past year, and he didn't take it. He went to the Titans, and look how well that worked out. So, but like for sure, whether it be through the draft or free agency, they're going to go heavy on the defense.
I want to get into the Giants aspect of things too for Eddie, but real quick, something I was thinking about because you brought up safety. I wouldn't be upset if the Ravens brought in a backup safety to challenge Chuck Clark because that man is sus in the words of coverage. He is. You line him up 101, Justin can beat him. Like that man is suspect. I'm telling you. And Casey might beat him too.
He's so aggressive. Right. That's what you want. You want your safety to be aggressive, DJ. He's gonna learn how to cover.
I hope so because I like Chuck. Don't get me wrong. For two guys who ain't really started that much, for him and Deshaun's a beast. Love Deshaun. Chuck a little. You brought him up 101. I'm like, oh Lord. Oh Lord! Oh no! Oh Lord! Did they throw it at him? Oh Lord! Did he get one knockdown? I'm okay. Let's go, Chuck. Let's go. But anyway,
they gave up Earl for Chuck, though. You got to remember that they gave up Earl Thomas for Chuck.
No, they gave him up for Deshaun, who they was concerned about staying healthy. Now Deshaun played well. Deshaun played well. I don't know if he's like a game breaker per se, but I mean, I think he does his job well. Now he did rock. Who was that? He rocked. Was it Derek he rocked? No, I think it was Corey Davis. If I'm not mistaken. Anyway,
no, he rocked Derek Henry. I think it was
Corey.
Yeah. He did rock Derek Henry.
But that was helmet to helmet.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, he sat him down, but Derek still had 100+ on y'all.
Yeah, he was not. By the way, don't get me wrong.
Has anybody checked on Josh Norman after he got stiff armed by Derek Henry?
Oh, he's all right.
He took his soul. He took his soul.
But Derek did that to everybody this year.
I think he's still on the turf.
Derek did that to everybody this year. All right, Eddie, what's your thoughts on the Giants free agency?
I honestly think we need to get a middle linebacker because I like Blake Martinez, but I feel like this was a fluke year for Blake. He always had a lot of tackles is because we have a lot of run stopping D tackles that were hurt.
Y'all got a beast defensive line out there.
Yeah, Dexter, sexy Dexy. Yeah, we got BJ Hill, and Lonzo Carter, he was hurt. We had a lot of defenders just hurt this year, so I don't think we're going to go defensive side of the ball unless we could get a Pat Pete or that. That's it because we got two young safeties with Jabril and Xavier. And we need to get a middle linebacker. If we could get David from the Tampa Bay, I would be ecstatic. But I don't want to overpay for him. I don't want to overpay for anybody except for the offensive side.
Would you accept a veteran in that spot?
No.
Okay.
No. 28 or less. 28 or less. No veterans. We don't need no veterans because we did the veteran route and it does not work for us.
Yeah, because I like Josh Bynes, but obviously he's older.
No, we need young players to go with Joe Judge's hard-nosed football. That's what we need. Young players that's going to run out there and kill themselves and not really think about it.
I know KJ's not a middle linebacker, but what would you think about KJ?
KJ Wright? I'll take KJ but on a cheap deal. It's got to be on a cheap deal. All I want us to put our money on is Allen Robertson. Back the Brinks truck up to Allen. back it up to him, make him the highest paid
That'd be
receiver,
a good one.
and just see what we could do. And if Daniel don't work with Allen, we get rid of Daniel.
What's your thoughts on possibly signing or drafting a backup running back?
We're not doing that. That's malarkey. We're not doing that. We
I
got
know
Wayne
Saquon's.
Gallman.
I know Saquon's a
Wayne
beast, but he
Gallman
can't
could
stay on
be
the
our
field.
running back with or without Saquon. He proved that. He averaged almost 4 yards a pop in the games he was playing. He could run the rock. We're not concerned about that. We need some guards because we need some tackles because we're going to let go Nate Soldier. And then who did we get from the Browns? What is his name? Zeitler. We're going to get rid of Zeitler
Kevin
too.
Zeitler.
We're getting rid of Zeitler. And Will Hernandez, I hate to say it, he's not the one. He can't play guard. He cannot play guard. He lost his spot. So we
Trent only signed a 1-year deal?
Huh?
I said Trent only signed a 1-year deal?
Yeah. Yeah. So if we could get Trent or somebody like that to protect Daniel and get some receivers, because I like Sterling Shepard and I like Darius Slayton. But other than that, Golden Tate isn't really a receiver anymore. He's just a bona fide blocker because he does not get open. So back the Brinks truck up to him, Kenny Golladay, or even go out there and go trade for Mike Evans.
What do you think about Brandon Sheriff?
Give up this top 10 pick for Mike Evans and see what we could do. Because I feel like we're one receiver away from being good again. Since we let go Eli, since my Eli retired. So, and if Daniel don't work out, hell, next year we find another quarterback. It's fine. I don't think Daniel's the answer if you ask me. He's just a younger Carson, what it looks like. He turns the ball over too much for me. But back to bring Struck up to Allen Robinson, and then we work from there. If you can't get Allen Robinson, it's a waste of time. That's how I feel about it. Because Allen's the best receiver out there right now. And it'd be crazy for the Bears not to pay Allen Robinson.
I just don't think he wants to be with the Bears organization.
I don't think he wants to either. But shoot, you offer me $25 million a year just to play receiver, I might take that. Yeah. So we'll see. Oh yeah, Juju too. Unless he don't, but he's got to stop Corvetting.
That's how I feel. I'm like, I want quiet, reserved rookie year, second year Juju. That's what I want.
And we put it in his contract. You cannot TikTok no more. We'll take you, Juju. But other than that, I don't know.
Only thing you can post on TikTok is your highlights.
Get him to a place where he's never going to play Von Bell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, I mean, my final thoughts on this whole thing. I mean, I would like Juju because he's younger, but like it's got to be quiet, hush, hush, shut up, Juju. It can't be Juju of last year at all. I just nah. But anyway,
do you ever think Cap will make it back to the NFL?
No.
He's so blackballed to the point where it just ain't gonna happen.
Well, I think he made up his
XFL.
mind.
Cap goes to the XFL.
Well, I think Cap made up his mind after they kind of dogged him in that tryout where they had him switch the venues, and a lot of the guys that were going to come out and watch, ended up backing out like you. I think if he would have made a comeback, I think it would have been like 2018. Because at that time, I'm like, man, there's 5 teams I know right now that could use him.
Yeah, and it's tough to take that time off too. Like it's tough to take that time off and come back like you want to come back.
Also, I've been hearing rumors about, I don't know if that's what ever happened, but Aaron Rodgers going somewhere else. You think he would go somewhere else, or you think he'll stay?
He's contractually obligated for another 2 years, unless John Lynch and company just give the farm to Green Bay and have him go to where he should have been drafted for the time, the Niners.
Yeah. What if Aaron Rodgers goes to New England?
But then what would you do with Jimmy G? Then Jimmy G could go to the Colts.
They're done with Jimmy G. I promise you that.
Jimmy G goes back to New England.
No.
They're done with Jimmy G right now.
Really?
Yeah,
the Niners are like,
They done with Warren
get him out of here.
Oh,
Yeah, they're done with him. Yeah, they're done with him. I don't know what their plan is. I've heard they start Nick Mullins over Jimmy G right now, and we've seen that story.
Cam Newton to the Niners.
No.
Cam Newton got to have a coaching staff that's going to commit to him.
Washington.
That would be Kyle, though. That would be Kyle. I think he could get some mileage out of Cam.
I could see Newton go to the Bears. That's probably the most likely.
That was my call last year. If I'm the Bears, it would have been perfect. It would have been a perfect scenario. They would have to give up not give up, but I'll take all that money from Foles. Got to get him dirt cheap, and especially you know how well they could have used him down the stretch, especially when Montgomery started to pick up the pace.
Mm-hmm.
You could find some crossers to Robinson over the middle. Then and he got Jimmy Graham.
Yeah.
Now, also, I've been hearing some rumors about Derek Carr not staying with the Raiders. Like,
Carr could go to the Colts.
That's true too.
Now, look, I think Carr solidified his spot last year, though.
No,
if he didn't have a season like he had last year, but I think he didn't solidify it, but now they got to think about it because Carr had a pretty darn good season.
For what it's worth, but John still don't like Derek Carr. He just doesn't like him.
I give you that.
Gruden does not like Derek Carr. It doesn't matter if Derek Carr threw 100 touchdowns and no picks and was an MVP. He will still try to find a way to get him out of there. The owners love Derek. That's the only thing that's keeping him there.
I like Derek, man, but I just can't trust a guy that spells his name Carr with 2 R's, man.
Yeah.
That's not how I tried to spell that growing up. I like that. Marcus Mariota. You know Marcus, man? You know, played for Oregon, got his tail kicked in by Ohio State. By the way, as we stated, he is the skinny Otis. Oh, yeah!
Also, I want to ask you guys, just for shits and giggles, what would be you guys' next year's Super Bowl predictions? Who do you think will go next?
Not
year?
the Chiefs.
I just want to hear everybody say who thinks is going. DJ?
That's hard. Ravens, Tampa Bay.
That's stupid. That was a stupid pick.
Ravens, Tampa Bay.
That's a stupid pick. Y'all gonna lose that game.
The only bowl that they go to is the toilet bowl.
Hey, as long as it end up in a win, I'll take it.
L.
Double
Casey?
deuce.
I mean, I'm just waiting on the XFL when that comes out. I mean, The Rock called it. Like, bruh, can we get a season now? Like,
I think it's supposed to come back in 2022.
Wait, is He Hate Me Smart still available? He needs to get picked up somewhere.
listen, if I'm gonna have to wait till 2022 for XFL, bruh, had to wait like what 10 years, and then I gotta wait. No, we're playing right now.
That's sus. That's very sus right there.
We got the team. We're playing right now. Super Bowl next year. Raiders, Tampa.
Okay. Let me see who I think will go. I think it's gonna be Tampa back there because like the NFC is kind of uncertain right now. Like the only certain team is Tampa Bay. Like that's the only, but now with the AFC, maybe the Browns. I wouldn't mind seeing the Browns go. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Please don't jinx us.
Yeah, he just fucked you, Adam.
I wouldn't mind seeing the Browns, or the Dolphins. You know what? I'm saying the Dolphins.
No, Dolphins is still.
They don't even know if they want it. They don't even know who they're gonna start next year.
The Fins get the
Do you
win.
think
the Fins get the win.
You think Fitzpatrick stays with the Dolphins next year?
No. They flip flopped him so much. I'm for sure would think he would have won out.
This is the first time he's ever said something about being benched. I don't think he wants to come back.
No.
Yeah, I don't see that.
No, but I think
The
I
Chargers
think
going to the Super Bowl though.
the Chargers.
Chargers in Tampa Bay. I see it.
Go.
I see the Chargers getting there. I like that quarterback they got.
Brady versus Herbert.
Yes, sir. And then Herbert beats him.
Mm.
The
Nah, I'm
speaker
just
comes
playing.
back on
Tom's
the
gonna beat
field and we
anybody
call
he
Herbert
sees.
Herbert.
No, nobody's beating Tom. Tom's winning and one more, and then he's gonna ride off in the sunset. Shoot,
So let's say he does. Let's say he does win it next year. That means he doesn't get to that goal of 45 if he rides off to the sunset next year.
I don't think. I thought that 45 was all a hoax.
But shoot, he's 43 now. So he might as well go for it.
Nah. Giselle is like, nah, come on home, Tom. Stop playing. You got too many now.
I think he
Tilt your both hands up. Let's come home now.
Yeah, I think he's gonna try it.
Stop kissing your sons in the mouth during the Super Bowl. Stop kissing your sons in the Super Bowl. Let's go home.
He took that from Titus. Anyway. Anyway. Anybody got any final thoughts?
Chiefs Kingdom.
Red Kingdom.
XFL, baby.
Yeah.
XFL, let's go.
All right.
Yes.
As
March
always,
Madness. Here we go. March Madness. Here we go.
as always, you can always listen to us on Anchor, on Spapple Podcast, Apple's Podcast, Spotify.
Snapple Pop.
Hey, we're
You can see
sponsored
us
by
on
Snapple.
Applesauce
We're
Podcast.
sponsored by Snapple now. Hey,
Y'all know what I'm saying. Okay.
Apple Podcast, baby.
Apple
Yeah,
Podcast.
listen here, Daddy. There's no such thing as Snapple Podcast. That is a taste to drink, Daddy.
But like always, you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Anchor and other areas as well. You can watch us if you're already watching it on Facebook. You can watch us on YouTube if you'd like. But nonetheless, give us a like, subscribe, whatever, favorite us, heart us, whatever y'all do when y'all watch us. Definitely hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, appreciate everybody for coming by. Eddie, Adam, Justin, Casey, me. See y'all on the next video. See y'all in the next video.
You sus.
Until next time.
You sus.